Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the series on trusting yourself and developing and strengthening your psychic abilities. So I've realized I've mentioned some things that I am talking about later. Like today we're going to talk about establishing and nurturing a practice of sorts, because in previous videos we talked about taking micro action, cognitive reframing, your emotional and physical feelings, and also awareness. And today I want to shift this and talk about establishing, if you haven't already, some type of practice that allows you to get into a flow state and that allows you to quiet your mind. When we are in a state of chaos, some type of internal turmoil or disequilibrium, or there's some type of, we have too much noise going on, it is going to be very difficult to receive messages. In other words, it's going to be very difficult to tap into our psychic abilities and our intuition, because we are not in a state where we can receive those, right? Most of the time we may be focused on things in this world, in this reality, of course, in our day-to-day life and mundane issues. Sometimes stress is involved. Whatever it is, when we have so much going on in our mind and also in our body, because this is very much linked, the psyche and the soma, they're linked, and so they will naturally affect one another, and that could prevent you from really receiving the full, I would say, amplification or full knowledge, extrasensory knowledge perhaps, from the skills and the gifts that you do have. This probably should have been video 1 or 2. Ooh, sorry, my notes are making noise. And so I have here about finding a practice, and the easiest one I find is breath work or meditation, and oftentimes they're combined, but some people intentionally focus on either or, and they both help you relax your mind, get into a state of not always stillness, but almost like your mind is able to just be. And again, for those starting, you may feel some intrusive thoughts and some perhaps anxiety, because there's a lot going on in your head, and that's okay, because that happens and that's how it starts. But this is an opportunity for you to establish a practice that is going to tap into even further your, not just your mind and your psyche, but also your intuitive gifts, and open up the channel to even further information from the cosmos, from your guides, and from any other, I'll just say, beings, from any other messengers that wish to relay any information. And the quiet, the silence is important, I think, because you're going to be able to discern more what messages you get, what you're feeling, versus some of the noise that may be happening from a logical, analytical standpoint, right? If you have thoughts, you're going to differentiate your thoughts from a potential psychic message that's coming in, and it's very subtle. That's something I really want to touch upon in a sec, because this video is not so much about that, so maybe I need a different video. And so I want you to find a practice, if you haven't already, or reinvigorate your practice. Start with 1 minute and work your way up. Maybe this week you'll do 1 minute every day of breathing, or going outside and closing your eyes, or sitting down on a bench. Whatever it is, it could be Tai Chi, Qigong, it could be yoga, whatever it is that allows you to connect with yourself and to allow you to really just let go of thoughts, of mind, of whatever's happening in your life. And so for some people, they're like, I don't want to do yoga, I don't want to sit in a Zen-like position or lotus position. That's fine, take a walk. A lot of my meditative practices, I do a lot of meditative walking practices in the forest, a lot. And I usually do it without music, and it's another way for me to quiet my mind. So some of you may benefit from that, maybe doing a workout. Whatever it is, start with what you feel you can commit to. For those that may be doing something that's a little bit out of their comfort zone, maybe start with 1 minute and work your way up eventually. I started, I remember, with like 1 minute of meditation years ago, and now I do depending on the season and the day, I do anywhere from 20 to an hour, sometimes all in one block or breaking it up. And because I do a lot of energy work and also readings, I generally do about 45 minutes of meditation every day. So this is only to say that you will make progress in your own journey, and it doesn't have to be a huge chunk at all. This is going to allow you to, again, connect to yourself and to your guides and to your spiritual team, and start feeling and discerning the nuances, the differences between what's going on in your head and your mind, and also the messages that you're receiving. And so I want to also say, when you do start engaging in these practices, set an intention, whatever it is. Maybe it's an intention to continuously strengthen a particular psychic ability, or to receive a message, or to connect with this particular guide or ancestor or whomever. Whatever it is, set an intention before each of your practices. It could be something too, like I set an intention for an amazing and fulfilling day, whatever it is. But it also helps you start connecting to anything that you've received during these states. Not everyone receives messages during meditative states. Sometimes it happens afterwards. That's usually something I experience as well. Feel what comes in, what flows, and anything else. But most of the time, I think the biggest tip I can give is just to let go. You know, when your body goes limp, that's the energy and the feeling that I'm trying to espouse. And so some people recommend, apart from walking meditations, like sitting up. For me, unless I'm in a couch, I can't do it in a chair because it's rigid. So make sure there's comfort there. For some, lying down may help, but others may find that they fall asleep. So maybe there's a middle ground for you that could help. Oh, the most important thing. I lost my train of thought. The main purpose, though, with this meditative practice is not just to quiet your mind and obviously trust yourself, but it's to connect to yourself more, and to connect to spirit, to the divine, because that's where you're going to really start noticing those shifts. And this is probably a different video, but a lot of the times we have preconceived notions of what these psychic gifts are going to look like. With clairvoyance, some people anticipate their guides coming in and showing them exactly what it is they need to hear, and the messages in like a movie type format. And it doesn't work that way. The same thing with clairaudience or any other skill, psychic ability, clairalience, clairgustance, clairsentience, claircognizance, whatever it is. I remember when I first started really strengthening these, I was like, you know, my ancestor's going to come into me and they're going to tell me exactly what's going on with a question that I posed, and I'm going to get the answer and everything's going to be good. It didn't work that way for me. And I know for most people it doesn't work that way. It comes in bits and pieces. Sometimes I'll just have a knowing where I just know something. I have no idea how. I just know something about people or the situation. I will get a lot of images because I am clairvoyant as well. And that also goes to interpretation. So if you're interested in more videos about how you can interpret those signs that you get, and how you can learn, because that's about working with your guides too, and making sure that they are able to provide images that you can interpret, that are easy to interpret for you without having to guess, make it a riddle or a puzzle. But that's totally separate. So this week, reinvigorate if you kind of drifted off or away from a practice, or start a practice that gets you into this flow state. So meditation, again, qigong, tai chi, yoga, walking, a workout, something that allows you to quiet and silence your mind, where you can just think, because that's going to help form that basis and that foundation and that clarity, that quietness that needs to link up, that you yourself needs to link up with the source and with the divine, with your higher self, with your spiritual team, and ultimately with higher levels of I'll just say psychic abilities at this point. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'd love to hear what you do, what practices you engage in, what has helped you the most, what types of meditations you enjoy. Otherwise, I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Oh, and if this video resonated, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That would really be supportive to me, and I'd be grateful. Thank you again.